It was the dead of winter, January 2nd, 1935, when a tall, well-dressed man stepped through the doors of the President Hotel in Kansas City. His hat cast a shadow over his face, but his sharp, darting eyes caught the attention of the concierge. He spoke in a low, deliberate voice, each word carrying an unusual weight. "Room 1046. I don't want to be disturbed." He signed in under the name Roland T. Owen and carried nothing more than a small suitcase. It was the kind of suitcase you'd take for an overnight business trip, certainly not for an extended visit. Without another word, he took the key and disappeared into the elevator. What no one knew at the time was that room 1046 would become the setting of one of the most chilling, unsolved cases in history. The first day passed quiet, but not ordinary. Roland was peculiar. He kept the room shrouded in darkness, allowing only the dim glow of a single table lamp. When the maid entered to clean, he stopped her and said gruffly, "Don't turn on the lights too much." He spoke on the phone often, though in whispers. One call stood out. "No, Don," he murmured. "I don't want to do it. I'll wait a little longer." Who was Don? What was he waiting for? The maid didn't ask, though the unease began to grow. The next day, Roland's demeanor shifted. When the maid returned to clean, she noticed something troubling, bruises across his face. She asked if he was all right. "I fell in the bathroom," he said, his tone detached and hollow. But his posture, his stillness in the dark room, betrayed a quiet readiness, as if he were waiting for something, or someone. Later that day, another whispered phone call. "All right, Don, I'll do as you said." But whatever was planned, Roland never got the chance. By the third day, the unsettling quiet in room 1046 broke. That morning, when the hotel staff noticed his phone off the hook, a bellboy was sent to check on him. The boy knocked, but there was no response. He tried the door. It was locked from the inside. After some effort, they entered, and what they found sent shockwaves through the hotel. Roland was collapsed on the floor. Blood seeped into the carpet beneath him. Deep stab wounds covered his chest, and a rope was knotted tightly around his neck. He was barely alive, but somehow conscious. The bellboy, trembling, asked,
"Who did this to you?"
Through cracked lips and a weak whisper, Roland managed two chilling words. Moments later, his life slipped away. The investigation that followed only deepened the mystery. There was no weapon in the room. The door had been locked from the inside. His suitcase was missing, and the name Roland T. Owen was fake. There was no trace of the man anywhere. Several witnesses reported hearing a second male voice in the room during his final night. But Don, if that was even his real name, was never identified. The FBI and local police pored over the evidence, but the questions seemed to multiply. Who was Roland T. Owen? Why was he here? And who, or what, did he meet in room 1046? To this day, over 88 years later, the case remains unsolved. Some say it was an underworld deal gone wrong. Others believe it was something more sinister. But one thing is clear. Roland took his secrets to the grave. What do you think? Could the answer still be out there? Or should some mysteries stay buried?